Good evening, loves. It's been a while, and I just want to end 2017 by saying thank you for rocking with me for the entire 2017. I couldn't have done all that I've done without you. But tonight, I wanted to speak about some things that, at the end of the year, people talk about. And I'm talking about this not just because it's the end of the year, but because of things that I have experienced personally this year. Specifically, I would say the last half of this year has been crazy for me because I'm always one who speaks about building. I'm always one who speaks about growth. I'm always one who speaks about development. I speak about living your best life and always growing and learning and building. But you know what? The last 6 months of my life taught me that, not taught me, but reminded me that there's a time for everything. There's a time for everything under the sun. And sometimes the time is to break down and not build up. Sometimes the time is to cleanse and not strengthen. Sometimes that time is to let go. Sometimes that time is to cut things out. Sometimes that time is just to start fresh. All right, and I say this because I'm just being really vulnerable and really personal. Starting in summer, I realized that there were people, friendships, relationships that, for whatever reason, were not going right. And I'm not talking romantically. I'm just talking about friends, family, people that you love. When you show up sometimes to people and you are not what they want you to be, sometimes they make you feel uncomfortable for being you, right? Sometimes we try so hard to be accepted. We try so hard to be loved. Sometimes we have this idea that loyalty means staying in places where we're not revered, staying in places and situations where we're not honored, staying in places and situations and around people that don't serve us, and remaining there in the name of loyalty, whether it's loyal to a situation, loyal to a person, loyal to a cause, but it doesn't serve us. And when I drill down, and of course, because I coach as well, I do life coaching. When I drill down and get to the bottom of it, a lot of times we're in situations that we don't like. We're in relationships where we don't like. We're around people and situations that don't serve us because we are afraid of being rejected. We are afraid that if we show up and be who we are, then somebody's not going to like us. Then those groups of people who we're trying to be a part of, they're not going to like us. That person who we want so much to accept us, that person isn't going to like us because we showing up authentically as ourselves. And so we go into spaces where we have to silence our voices. We go into spaces where we have to diminish who we are in order to be accepted. And for 2017, as we go into 2018, I want to encourage someone that it's okay to burn a bridge. And that's strange coming from me. That's strange coming from a life coach. That's strange coming from someone who always speaks about building up. But let me get to what I'm saying when I say it's okay to burn a bridge. Some bridges only lead to toxic people. Some bridges only lead to toxic situations. Some bridges serve you no purpose. But you know what? We are so fearful. We are so fearful of not being able to reach out to that person. We are so fearful about not being invited to something that group is having. We're so fearful about being who we are that we put up with toxic people and toxic situations, and we keep bridges clean and nice, and it doesn't serve us. Because what's happening along that bridge is either breaking us down. If it's not serving us, it's breaking us down. For 2017, examine the relationships that you have. Examine the groups you're a part of. Examine all your situations. And it's okay to burn a bridge if it doesn't serve you. And you may be saying, well, so what? What if I need this person? And I'm not saying to deliberately go out and burn bridges with people who are good to you, people who are kind to you. I'm not saying to end relationships that are working and that serve you well, nor am I even saying to end relationships that are rocky. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that within each of us, Within our hearts, within our souls, we know when situations don't serve us. We know when we have those friends who come around when we're crying, but then they don't show up to clap for us. We know when we have relationships with people who show up when we're sad, but never seem to be around to congratulate us when we're doing something well. Examine those. How have they been working out for you? Have they really been serving you? We know that we go around family members who diminish us and make us feel like we're less than, but we continue to go around them because they are family. And because we don't like conflict, we don't say anything about it. So we diminish ourselves, we diminish who we are in order to be in company of people who really don't love us, people who really don't care for us. And I'm here to say, if you're going to leave anything back in 2017, leave behind the things that don't serve you. Leave behind the situations that don't serve you. Leave behind the people that don't serve you. Leave them in 2018. Here's what I do know. When you burn bridges, if there's an opportunity to build those bridges back, the two people who are in whatever situation, they can work together to build those bridges again. See, when people heal and when people become aware of what they're doing, when people become better at who they are and they are ready for healthy relationships, they are ready to contribute to you, that's the time when you could actually build with them. That's the time when you could say, this is how I felt during these situations. I have healed, you have healed. Let's work on building a relationship. And until that happens, it's okay to let it go. It's okay to let it burn. It's okay to cut it out. Because you know what? I can tell you this without a doubt. When you let toxic situations go, when you let toxic people go, when you cut things out of your life that no longer serve you, when you burn the bridges to relationships and situations that you know you would go back to, but are not good for you, when you do that, when you let go of things that don't serve you, when you let go, you're opening up your life. You're opening up your life to receive even more than what you've let go. So let me know how your 2017 has been. Thank you for joining me. If you like this, go ahead and leave me a comment. Please share with someone else who would be served by hearing this message. Thank you again for joining me in 2017. I hope to see you, to rock with you, to add value to you in 2018. And for 2017, leave back all the toxic people, the toxic situations, the toxic groups, the toxic activities. Leave back anything that doesn't serve you and have no fear for leaving it behind. Because what's coming to you in 2018 when you've let all of that go is much greater than whatever you let go. Thank you guys. This is Nyamka. I love you and blessings for 2018 and beyond.